Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to discuss about data factory in Fabric. So what is data factory in Fabric, guys? It is a like concept of data engineering, and the data factory is like an one of the ETL process. Now here we can see how we can utilize in the Fabric. So data factory in Fabric combine the use of Power Query with scale and power of Azure Data Factory. It brings the best of both product together into a uniform experience. So the goal is to be make sure data integration in factory works well for both citizen and professional data developers. So it means, guys, like it is the scale and power of Azure Data Factory, and mostly use of like product together into unified experience, guys. It means like, guys, for example, we have some data integration patterns, guys, where we used to utilize some scenarios. You want to send data from multiple sources or a single source to or on-premise or like any database or in cloud applications. So those kind of scenario, we have to follow some data integration pattern. Such kind of scenarios, we are going to utilize the data factory again. So in this Microsoft Fabric, it is a help. It like product to together into uniform experience. It means we get a like uniform experience. The goal is to make sure data integration factory welfare for both citizen and professional data developers. It means it has to be work with both professional as well as citizen data developers. It provide low code. It means, guys, already like it mostly like navigation, okay, where we used to provide source and target details in the pipeline side, like similar details we have to provide here also. And it is like AI enabled data preparation transformation experience and petabyte scale transformations, hundreds of connectors with hybrid and multi-code connectivity, guys. Okay, Purview provides governance and service the features enterprise scale and data /OP commitments, CI/CD applications lifecycle menu and merging. So this all the features which is comes inside the Microsoft Fabric, guys, with help of Data Factory. So it means, guys, we can utilize the like if you want to apply the some transformations, and it can also help to connect it with the hybrid and multi-code connectivities. Suppose you want to send data to as well as multi-cloud, like for Azure, you want to send to AWS, you want to Google Cloud. So those kind of scenarios we can apply over here. And the services features enterprise of scale data and commitment means it means, guys, where we can apply like if you want to like scale up some data level and some features you want to add, like some service features aside, those kind of scenarios we can do it here. And we can as well as also like monitoring of life cycle management. So this kind of scenarios where we can utilize with help of Data Factory. So now let's go about some key features of Data Factory, guys. Here, data ingestion. So nothing but that the copy of activity in Python lets you move petabyte scale data from hundreds of data sources into your local warehouse for further processing. Okay, and data transformation and preparation. Data flow generation to provide a low code interface for transforming your data using 300 plus data transformation with the ability to load transform result into multiple destinations such as Azure SQL database, lakehouse, and more. So we have like with help of data flow gen 2, we can apply some transformation logic which will help to like, for example, I want to load only few records. Okay, I want to load only few records. So I want to apply some transformation with help of this one gen 2, only limited of records we can, or you can apply some logics. I want to apply some strings, only few characters, those kind of scenarios we can do with help of this transformation, guys. And end-to-end integration flow automation. Pipeline provide orchestration of activities that include copy data flow and notebook activities and more. And this special manage activity all in one place, guys. So activities in one place can chain it together to operate sequentially, or they can operate independently in parallel. You can execute sequentially or as well as independently parallel, guys. So we can do some orchestration activities that include like copy of data flow and notebook activities. Suppose you want to write some notebook activities like with help of PySpark, some stuff we can implement with help of this end-to-end integration flow automations, guys. So now let's go ahead and implement the practical scenario with help of this Data Factory, guys. Clicking on this option, I'm going into the Data Factory. Now I'm clicking on the data pipeline. I'm mentioning for some name. Click on create. So taking time, guys. Now here add pipeline. If you have existing pipeline, you can add it or copy data. Choose a talks to start. So I'm right now using copy data. Now I want to copy from existing sample data set. Already we have used this scenario, guys, my previous videos. If you want, you can select. So if without this one, we cannot go ahead. So I'm going to select this data source. I'm going to use this HTTP. Come next. So already this URL is there. Yes, I'm same one I'm using. Okay, here it contains some data. In this HTTP URL, we have some sample data. I'm testing the connection, whether it is working fine or not. So we can test the connection also, guys. Now connection got successful. Make sure the URL has to work properly. And this is GitHub. It contains some file like sales.csv. I'm using that one. I'm clicking on next. So I'm connecting data source here. If you want mention anything like URL like that, okay. Right, click on next. So guys, already I have mentioned it. If anything extra parameters of you want to see, request relative URL. If you have any relative URL that contain the data when this property is not specified, only the URL that specified in the linked services. So those kind of scenarios we are using. Right now we are requesting whether it is get. So suppose you want to get the information from that URL, right? So I mentioned get method. So you can go ahead, guys, based on your convenient binary copy all this option. Go ahead and read it. Now click on next. Now delimiter is comma. Okay. I'm just mentioning the what is it. I'm mentioning first row as header. So if you have any compression you want to apply, you can apply. So right now I'm not using anything. Now I want to load into my data warehouse workspace. I'm selecting my destination already. Click on select. Now I want to load tutors warehouse. Refreshing this one. Now click on next. Suppose I want to load into existing table or load into new. I'm creating load into new table. This is the I'm mentioning default file. If you want, you can write it another name. So this is the source column and this is the destination column and this data type, guys. Okay, here all these things. Now click on next. Next, save and run. Now the activity is getting, guys. It is mentioning successfully running pipeline activity. Okay, it got completed. I want to see some properties here. This is copy activity name and description. Let it keep like this. And this is a URL connection type HTTP. Previously, we have used some data set there. Now I'm using connection type HTTP. So guys, we can do many connections that on-cloud, on-premises applications. Okay, based on your requirement, you can use it. Now destination, I have mentioned here. Okay, now it got completed. It is still in progress. Okay. Let me refresh output level. So for meanwhile, okay, duration which is taking time. If you want to see setting nothing here, concurrency, the number of simultaneous pipelines runs that are 5. So it is mentioning. So if you want, you can mention it. Now, right now I'm seeing here. So it got successfully. My pipeline got success, guys. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Go back to the. Okay, I'm going back to the data warehouse. Now my workspace. Now warehouse for teaching. I guess we have used this one. Yes. Let me see. Open this one. Twitter warehouse. Now let me do this one. So here recently we have created now HTTP. See, the table got created inside the warehouse, guys. Now we have successfully loaded the data. Okay. So this way, with help of Microsoft Fabric, okay, and the data factory concept, with help of data factory concept, the corporate activity, we can do it. My next section, I will cover like how to use the, like transformation part, data flow Gen 2. So we can see the some transformation, guys. That will help you to understand the ETL. Now I'm just loading the one-to-one mapping with help of source and my sources HTTP and targeted warehouse. So I have loaded without logic. Now next time onwards, I am going to apply the some transformation. I will cover this topic in the upcoming section, guys. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you. And share this knowledge, guys. I hope you like my video. Thank you so much.